So you want to ask me now? You want me to ask the question, or you want to ask me the question who I am? Okay. So who I am, I don't know. Who I am not, I can tell you. I've been called André. That's my name. In Canada for a while, well actually all over the world, but I was born in Hungary, or I think I was. My parents told me I was actually an alien brought from another stork from another galaxy and accidentally dropped on this planet. So, and when I was 4 they told me I was actually an ET. But I lived in Europe for many years, and then I lived in Canada for 20 years, 22 years. And then I started to do my journey. Left from Vancouver, went up to Alaska, came down to Mexico, left here from Mexico to Cape Horn. 300 miles north of it, I turned around and came back again to Mexico because I had some problems with the boat, engines and electronics. Oh, well, I had this question asked once, what was my scariest thing, my hardest time on a boat? That was actually when I was down in the doldrums, crossing over the equator in the southern latitudes. There was no wind for 10 days, and in these 10 days I had polished the boat, I sawed up the sails, all these stainless steel has been gleaming at that time. It was actually in better shape than when I left Vancouver. And but that was for 10 days, nothing else but hoisting the sails. Each time there was a little wind coming up, I'm hoisting up the sails, and then the wind dies. I wait for about an hour for the wind to come up again, and nothing happened. So I rolled on the sails. As soon as the sails were down on deck again, the wind comes up again. And hoisting up the sail and up and down like a yo-yo. Or like a toilet seat, like some people like to say. And this was it. And for 10 days there was nothing. It's just, shaving myself. At that time I didn't have a beard. I shaved myself, I could see my reflection in the water. It was perfect. So that's about the scariest or the worst experience I've had. If that's what it is, yeah. But nothing is happening. Worst experience. Actually, I thought it was the best one. We already hit it covered, have you not? The worst experience. So how about if we just go with the best experience? Well, okay. The best experience I think I have had when I climbed up on my mast. The thing has no steps on it. Climbed up in a raging storm up on the thing with about 45, 50 knot winds. The boat was going right and left, so I saw the boat once over there and once over there, and then whoa, far behind me. I was hanging on with my legs up there, and my hands were busy holding on to a flogging sail, cutting the sail with my knife, and then sliding down slowly, holding onto the button like a button horse, taking down the sail, ripping it down while I was sliding down over the rigging, over the wires and all this stuff until I was back in the cockpit. And I survived. And I was actually thinking, oh my God, how good were my chances to die out here, and I figured they were excellent. So they were fantastic. Never had any better chances to die at that time. And then I had the sails down, and finally I put on my life harness. Because up there where are you going to attach it? There's no way. So when I came down, I attached here a lifeline, life harness to me, clipped it onto the lifelines, and then I was walking forward back, and the line was in between my legs and onto my arms, wrapped around me. So I was just fed up with it, took it off, threw it in the cockpit, and went forward and did the job what I needed to do, put the sails away. So the sail that has been ripped. So I stuffed it down into the forward cabin. There it was. So I came back and that was quite neat. So I survived it. I'm here. So it's some people ask me this in questions like what taught me the most in my travels and basically about life. I think it was the idea when I left Vancouver. I had a breakup with a girlfriend, and that was quite hard, and all my life basically I have been looking for a very specific and special person in my life, and I've always been looking for other people. I always thought there's going to be another woman I'm going to be meeting, and it's going to be my soulmate, right? And I found out so far I had several soulmates. I found several of them. And meanwhile, I find that basically all the world is my soulmate, if you want. But the scariest part was this: that when I left, it was like a search, like a quest for finding this very specific, this very special person in my life. And being out in the ocean after about 3 days, a heavy storm, heavy fog. I had first heavy fog, and then the storm came in and dispersed all the fog, and not only physically in the world around me, but also in my head. The fog disappeared, and I found actually the person really who matters in this life the most, and the person I was looking for all my life was myself. It was no one else. It's like we always try to compare ourselves to others, how we measure up to other people, and it's really not the point. The point is really first to find out, who am I? Who am I? You know, most people, they just don't think that. They always look at who is that person, who is that one, who is that one. It's not the point. Find out who you are first. Once you find that out, so I think that's what I learned, is to look, find out who I am. That's I think the thing what sailing has taught me. Find myself. That's about it. Things around me, like I would not know what's everything around me is around me. I don't know. I have had someone ask me, what's the question, like why I don't live in a house. And the thing is that for me, you buy a house, and this house is yours, not this one, not that one, not that one. This one is yours. But if you buy a boat, the whole world is yours. So. Neverland, reason to pretend. And if the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the candles can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. Yeah, next question is, where do I go from here? And people have asked me what my plans are for the future, where I'm going to be traveling, where I'm going to be going. And really, it's like I don't make plans, because I always found out that plans are something that's like a goal you have to achieve. I'd rather have aims. Where I don't achieve anything, I just aim. It's a target or destination I want to go. So my next thing is, I think what I'm going to be thinking is going to New Zealand. But going to Tahiti, Bora Bora, Cook Islands, Fiji, and down to New Zealand. New Zealand, I want to go to Australia perhaps, and go up to Thailand, Vietnam, check out the areas, maybe Japan. Takes me away.